Start the recording.
Hey, Raj, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Good morning to you guys. I think you have a 6 o'clock morning, huh? Isn't it?
yeah, it's a very early morning.
You're waking up. We're going to
Yeah,
sleep.
no, I'm waking up, and you guys are going to sleep. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's why the attendance is 12:05, not for us.
Yeah. Okay. Today we discuss about we are going to start with the global pick list. Let's do have a look on that. How we create a global pick list and why we create the global pick list. Trailhead. Okay. As yesterday we discussed about that pick list. Pick list is a field that pick list is a field that if the user have to enter only a single value or sorry, if the user has to choose some one of the value from the given value, or you want to restrict a user so that he cannot enter any other thing apart from the mentioned value, then we use the pick list today. And we have also discussed about that multi-pick list, in which that in the multi-pick list, we if you let the users to choose more than one options, then we use the multi-pick list. Now today we will discuss about that global pick list. So global pick list is a kind of pick list which is available to all of the objects, because previously, suppose I have to create a city pick list in the opportunity and the lead and the account and any other in any of the object. I need to create a pick list, city pick list. Then I have to create in order to add the values of the pick list. I have to add, if I have to create n pick list, then I have to add n number of n times uh, n number of cities into that pick list. So it's quite lengthy and it quite some taking some time. So instead of doing that, we just create a global pick list and use that global pick list in each of the object. So let's see how we create a global pick list. For that, you have to again go to the setup, and here you can have to write global. Sorry, it's not global. It's it is certificate. Yeah, you have to search for the global set. Sorry, you have to search for the pick list value set, and here you define the global value set for the global pick list. So let's create a pick list for that. Let's create a pick list called mm, mm, mm. Again, let's to create a city.
Those are states, but it's okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's
Just
okay. No problem.
uh,
New York, Los Angeles, Miami. I mean, those are very famous ones.
okay, okay.
No problem, no problem.
I will change the name from city to state.
Yeah, change the name of the label.
Yeah.
Yeah. States. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Sherlock very
Let's
smart.
make it a state.
Yes, and you was looking for the name. Yesterday, last class we had a city. This class we have a state. Next class you will have the whole America. We go through then India.
Okay. Yes. As you can see that, yeah, I just added some names, and then it's same as a pick list. If we have to choose that these pick list values comes in an alphabetical order, then we have to choose that check this checkbox. Else, and if we want to that the first pick list value as a default value, then we tick this mark. Else, just leave it as it is and hit the save. Okay, now it's here. Now let's go to our object manager, and in which object we have designed. I think it's an application. No, it's employee. Similarly, as you create a pick list, I just click the pick list and here now you can see that big global pick list value option available here. You just have to select, and everything will be as it is. If you want to make it required, add the help text or description if you want to, and just hit next. Field level security, check that it is visible to you or no. Hit next. Then we have an option to add on page layout, and hit save. Now you can see that all the options that we added in the global pick list are available here. So this is the way how we can add a global pick list to a pick list, and if any changes made, if means suppose this pick list is, if I go to our this where is the application object, and we create a new field over there, and there we can also choose that state pick list over there, and it means that whenever we have a common pick list that we want to available to all of the different objects, then we choose the global pick list option, and we just see that how we add a global pick list over there. Okay, next topic is that yeah.
So is there any availability to choose more than one option in the pick list?
Yeah, as I told you yesterday, it's a multi-select pick list here. Yesterday we designed this skill. We can choose more than one values here.
Got it.
Okay. And this skill I just use, just like I select 3 values for this for the skill pick list. I had chosen the 3 values for. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's. After that, we have another kind of pick list called dependent pick list. As the name of that pick list tells you, that dependent pick list is a type of pick list whose values is dependent on some of the field. Means suppose what's the issue is that suppose I choose the Indiana here, but Chicago city might be I'm not sure, but it's not a correct value. Means Indiana does not contain any city named Chicago, right? Means there is some suppose means Indiana does not contain Chicago, but still I'm able to choose that. So I want a restriction over there, such that when when I choose Alabama, then I will have only that pick list option available there, whose cities are related to Alabama. So at that time, we use the dependent pick list. Means a pick list whose values are dependent on some other pick list. Okay, let's take a look at how we create a dependent pick list. Before that, I just want to add some values in the city, so that it must be some relevant. So let's have a look on the Alabama cities.
I think it's listed over there under Alabama. If you go back,
Here, cities and towns in Alabama. Okay, thank you. Let's add. I'm adding three cities from here to our cities. Also means also capture this how I'm adding, also just learn that how am I adding values, because it's also a thing that whenever we have a requirement to change the pick list value. So this is also a way that whenever you have to change the pick list value, you have to just open that pick list field, and then here you just have to add new and then add values here to now to now.
Suraj, what happens if, for example, we had a pick list values already recorded, and we have some records picked from that pick list? Then somebody decided to remove an entry from the pick list. What happened to that report?
Someone has means remove that value from that pick list.
Yes.
So at
yes.
that time, it will ask that what we need to do. Suppose where I choose the Chicago, and you want to know that if I remove the Chicago from the pick list value, what it will do. It will
Yes.
ask at that time what we need to do.
Okay.
Suppose let's say delete this. At that time, it will ask what I should replace it with. Either it will
Okay.
replace New York, or replace with it with a blank value. It will ask.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
And if you deactivate that, then it means that all the records having Chicago value, it still be a Chicago value. The new values will not get Chicago. So that's the difference between delete and deactivate. And if I edit it, then it will be edited to everyone. So
Yeah.
where
Okay.
I am, yeah.
It's okay.
So I added some of the cities related to West Alabama. Let's add some. What is that? There are so many. Let's Alaska. Okay, I save it. Set. Then let's add one more. So that's Indiana. Carry. Okay, for three state, I added the picklist value. You can add multiple. You can while you are testing. Let's create a dependent picklist. For for this, you can see there is a field dependency over here. You just have to click on new. And for controlling field means whose value is dependent on, just select state and it's dependent on city. Okay. Yeah. And then we hit continue. So as you can see that for Alabama, we have forget the name. Can you give me a moment? Let me put my charger into my laptop, else it will die. Give me a moment. Okay. So Alabama, forget the names. I must do some different list. Alabama, we have. Or you guys just tell me that which cities are related to Alabama. Addition.
Nashville. There's Nashville. No.
This
Addison. You can put Addison there.
Addition, Atuna. Sorry. Addition, Atuna. I think these four are related to Alabama, and we have.
Oh, the cities we never hear about.
Okay, just yeah. This let's add these four values, and so if we have to include these four values to Alabama, we have to just include the value. It got included here. For Alaska, we add.
Akaik, Akiak. Yeah, those ones.
This one. I
Yes.
think these four I think included for the Alaska, and then we have Indiana. We added this. Okay, and we haven't added any of the values for the Florida, Canas, and we have if we hit no, we have 7 states, but later on we add if we need. Else we just have to. So this way we just make it dependent. So whenever the user choose Alabama, he will see only these four values. Apart from that, he will not see any of the values. Whenever he choose Alaska, he will show these values, and whenever he choose Indiana, he will see that number of values. That's it. So he
What
is
about
asking that
Florida?
for.
We don't see any. What about Florida? We don't see any.
We don't see any. Let's ask New York for that. Okay, and for Canas we had Los Angeles, and suppose Chicago to Carolina, I add for Lucerne, and this to this I add for Okay, we created that. Now, if I go to here, and before that, let's make a layout look reasonable layout, so that first we choose state, then we choose city. Currently, city is above the state, so let's check, make it below the city state. Mhm. Okay. Suppose I'm choosing this Alabama. I can see only these 4 pick lists are available here. Suppose I choose Alaska, then I can see Kia, both are same. Alaska, Alabama, same. No, both are same. Addition to now Brington and Calora. And when I choose Alaska, it has some different values. When I choose Kansas, it has some different values. So I can choose here and hit the save. If I choose change it and got a change to, sorry, Alabama, it's changing according to the. So here you can see that here you can see that how values are changing. It's a short form, means suppose I have a multiple dependent pick list. City is also controlling field for some street. Then you can in a single view you can see all the dependent pick list and choose the values. For that, it's a this option is available. Means if you have many dependencies and you want to see all the dependency on a one place, so it has an option to see all the dependency on the one place, and you can choose and change here and hit apply, so it automatically apply here. So that's a different thing. But my thing is that how we can do the dependencies. So dependency are the pick list dependency I do some in some way that if we restrict a user, means if the restrict your user on the basis of some different pick list, or suppose in here in this example we just restrict the user if he choose state Indiana, then it has only 2 options available, and if you choose something else, it has some other option available. Similarly, means if you want to some pick list values are dependent on some other pick list, then we have to an option called dependent pick list. And as I show you that you have to just go to any of the pick list and create a new field dependency. In the field dependency, you will choose the controlling field and the controlling field and the what is the other dependent field. So catch. It's it should be on state. Yeah. So here you can see that field dependency. We just need to create a field dependency record on which we just have to choose the dependent field or controlling field, and thereafter we just have to decide which option for which option we need to choose which field should be available. Here Alabama, we have to show only these 4 pick list values, so it will show these 4 pick list values. For Alaska, it will show the, if suppose I removed for the Florida, exclude value and save it, then it will know there will be no pick list option available for it. Yeah, you can see that there will be no pick list option available for Florida since I removed everything from there. So that's why there will be no pick list option available.
Suraj,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question? If you happen to have a large data, in this case, will be all states and cities in the United States. How do we apply this, or do we have to sort it out manually, or is there a way that we can upload the data that matches all the cities and states automatically?
No, we have to do it manually.
That's pretty difficult, tough job. I mean, let's
Yeah,
say.
it's a one time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's-
fill out the application online, so when you pick the state and all the cities and popped up. So I'm just imagining that, all things.
Yeah. It's
put
that the
manually.
person who designed that thing at time, he also put some that effort to separate that list of cities to available when we select that type of state. So it's a manual process. It's a one type setup that anyone have to do that.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
There is no an automatic way so that we can just do it. It will automatically choose. For that automatic we have also designed a way so that it will be work automatically. So it's again increase the effort. So that's why it's a one-time setup. You can anywhere means at any place we can do that. It's a one-time thing. Whenever we set up that, it's work for every. And I don't think it's a difficult. You just have to select include, and then save it. So. Okay. Where we are. Okay, as we see that global pick list, we see that dependent pick list. So from that, from here, the pick list, all the things are related to pick list, where there 4 things are related to pick list, multi pick list, global pick list, and dependent pick list. These it's also an important thing. That's why I telling you that these it's an important thing for interview too, with because usually they ask about the if there is the condition that suppose we have a field values are dependent on means dependent pick lists are used to come in the interview section. That's why. And how we will do that? Suppose I have some pick list value and I don't want to see on those choosing one of the pick list value. I don't want to see other pick list value available in the different. So that's why at that time means whenever there is a dependency on the values of the pick list, we use the dependent pick list. That term you have to remember. Means what you always have to remember the term that used in the Salesforce. Why it is used and how it is used. That's the thing only you have to remember, because it's a term dependent pick list. So you have to remember about that. Apart from that, we worked on the page layout, and then what's the next? A Lightning app. Before the Lightning app, let's know that what is app. Okay, you can see there is a 9 dots available here. When you click on that, these all service, marketing, community, content, or these all are called as app in the Salesforce. App why we designed the app? Suppose we have a service group of users who are service users, we have marketing users, we have community users, we have site users, we have Salesforce users, we have chatter users. Since these are different type of users who had to work on some suppose if I open that service app, so I can see there is some only this much amount of tabs are available, or objects are available, objects wraps are available. When I choose marketing app, then I have a different option are available. So app is an app, we can say that it's a customization, or it's a category of the tabs that we want to let the user to see and operate over there, or it's a category of the objects on which user can log in and see over there. Means we just suppose we have n number of we have a group of users who have to work only that these amount of feet. So we just and we just create an app for them, add those feed those tabs over there, and assign that app to that user. So whenever user log in and go to that app, he will see only the respective tabs that he wants to work over there. So it's a, what's the app is just a category of all those the objects or the tabs or anything. Means you just have to categorize that thing and provide to the user whenever there is a requirement to categorize some related tabs to a user, related tabs, and then give the user so that he will not see other tabs. He will just work on the tabs that he allowed to do over there. So for that, we just create an app and assign that app to the user. So let's have a look that how we create an app. So it should become from the set. So app, you need to search for the app manager. All the apps that are created, these are the out-of-box apps that is already present in the Salesforce, and in which view it is created. You can also see that it's a connected app, it's a classic app, it's a lightning app. Later we know that classic app is hello. Hello.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, actually, I think I got a message that I was. You guys hear me now? Okay. Okay, we have different types of app, that classic, lightning, and connected app. Currently, we are designing a classic app. Sorry, currently we are designing a lightning app. So for that, we just create a new, hit on this button, new lightning app. Okay, so for lightning app, we just ask for the name. So we just click the okay, employee management. I just add a app name, employee management. If you add any description, this is if you want to upload an image, just you can upload an image. Let's add it. It's the color. Let's make it. No, let's make it dark blue. Darker blue. Okay. This will let you check that it will use the color, any of the color from this image. I just don't want to use that thing. I just want to use red color. Sorry, need to uncheck it.
I think you need to touch in the middle of the color panel. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay. let's make it as it is, standard navigation. This is this means what you are seeing here. Suppose you open. It's called a standard navigation. We talk about the custom navigation later on. Console navigation later on. And we have a, because before that we need to know that what is console. So we will discuss about later. And thereafter we have a means where you want to open that, means on which devices it will be available. Let's make it available for both desktop and phone. And okay, it's available only for the setup. And if you want to service is a different thing. We will talk about it later. And let make it as default as it is, disabled and user. And then we have a utility. Let me check if any utilities are available over there. Before that, utility has some small icon. No, we will talk about first. Let's customize the app, then we will add these are the add-ons, something like that. Next, and here we choose that what tabs that we want available. Suppose I want that home to be available. Thereafter we have account. Thereafter we have contact, and then employee, and then okay, yeah, we created this. And then it asking for to which profile it should be available. As I told you that whenever we create an app, it should be we just created an app and assign that app to that some user. So it's assigned to our user, because our user is system admin, and save and finish. It's not showing here. Okay, leave it. Yeah, employee management. When we click on this, you can see that the color that I chosen, it's available here, and the name is here, and the icon that I uploaded here, it will be showing up here, and the tabs that I added, it was showing it here. Suppose I want to add a new tab, I will just click here and this pencil icon and add more item, and then all. Then suppose I also need to add a calendar. I click add one item to navigation. Let's see. Okay, you can see the calendar tab is also available. So in this way, we know that how we create an app. For app, we just have to app is a category. Means whenever there is a requirement to categorize that some tabs or some objects to which a person have to work on. So for that, we just use the for that we create a new app, add the objects, add the logo, add the theme, and then assign that app to that user. So whenever user just log in, it will see only that app available to that user, and he will start and do whatever he want to do. So this way we just create an app. An app is just a category, it's small. Thereafter we have a lightning app. Sorry, this is a lightning. Oh, this is a lightning app on which we have talked about, and lightning app builder. Now let's lightning app builder. we have a Lightning app builder. App builder is a thing there where we customize our app pages or app means app pages or home pages or record detail pages. This is the just for the customization of that UI that you are seeing there on the home page mm, or record page or any app pages. So since on the home we have this setting are available, means we are seeing this here, and I want to change that UI, or I want to change that, suppose today's event I don't want to see here, it should be above the quarterly performance. So for that I will just go to the Lightning app builder. For Lightning, going to the Lightning app builder, we just go for here we just have to go to the edit page. Whenever we hit the edit page, it will redirect to the Lightning app builder, and we just go to that page. And suppose I just don't want to events, I want to events to be available here, I just quickly drag and drop over there. So events, total events will come up here. Suppose there is some app are already built app are available here. So let's this is an app that is that some, you can see there is so many apps available here. Suppose I want to some tabs, I can add the tab app and just put the chatter. Chatter is only for the records. Uh, mm, yeah. So here we can customize and hit the save. After hitting save, it will ask for the activation of that page that we just recently customized. Recently we just customizes the home page. It will ask for activate. That's it. Thereafter it will ask for that means it's asked for the default active, means assign, it will ask for the assign a default activation. So just assign it as a, and then hit save. And here you just have to back. Yeah, you can see that today events are available here, and chatter is something are available here. Chatter is means in this way we can just have to we can customize our UI of that home page. Or suppose I want to also, if you had to customize our record page, this is the record view. If you want to customize this view, we can also customize this thing by just going to the app builder just here and hit the app and edit page. It will redirect you to the app builder, and here you can customize your whatever with the options available. Customize, suppose it's a header, it's a tester, it's a details, it's a news, and suppose I want to add any new tab, so I just here just add tab. And let's have a name. News tab, news tab is available, and since there is no component, we can add any component over here. Recently Teal dashboard, it's a custom if you design any custom app, custom component, because these are called as a component, means this one is a component, this one is a component, this one is a component, everything is a component. So for if any custom component we designed, it will available here. Yesterday I designed this custom component, so it's showing up here. So this component, if you add any custom component, it will show up here. Similarly, these are the components are coming from the managed package. Later on we discuss what is the managed package, what is that's a different thing. So right now we just have to know that how we customize our Lightning app. And here it will also let you to here ask for, means suppose it is asked for that in which your changes will apply to which, on the desktop or phone or desktop or phone both. Let's say, okay, and we have also an option here. We can check the UI, how it's available on the mobile and for the desktop. There is an option available on the mobile. It will show something like that, and the desktop it will show something like that. And it's a 100% means when you open in the tab, what is that? Desktop, then it will show something like that, and else it will show shrink to. It's just a UI, means you have to just check and change, nothing else. And we can hit the save. I just save it. And now again, when I go to the my account record page, I will see that I will see another tab, and it shows my custom component. So Lightning App Builder is used to customize our either the home page or the record page or the app page. We haven't talk about the app page. We just talk about after that I will talk about the app page. What is the app page? So from here, what I said that, yeah. So Lightning App Builder is a thing that to help us to customize that either the home page or account detail page or the app page that is available. And that's it. And where later on we have an option. Suppose these are the means, what is that why there is another option. So what means, there is a limitation over here that homepage is a different use, account has a different type, means it's a record page, it's a different use. And similarly there is an app page says that if you want everything as in a customized way, means you don't want that anything in your app, you just have to you have to push only custom component over there. At that time you will just have to use the app page which work as a separate page, means it's neither related to any home page, it's neither related to any record page, it is a separate page that you can create. Let's create an app page. For that you again have to go to the Lightning, and here I think it's app manager. Oh, no, it's not that. Lightning App Builder. And here we can we just recently whatever the page we recently changed, means whenever we hit the from the Lightning App Builder, when we click on edit, and since that we are changing an out of box thing, we are changing an out of box page, then at that time whenever we hit save, it creates a Lightning let's create a page. Means whenever we make changes here, it will and hit save, it will clone that all the changes and create a page and assign that page to that as a default to that user. Remember, whenever we uh, activate, whenever we hit the save and click on activation, at that time it will ask for the uh, apply as a source, apply as a default. So that time it will means whenever we hit an edit, whenever we hit in here edit edit page, and then go and make changes and then hit the save, at that time it will create a new page and assign that page as a default to that setting that we have chosen. So here you can see that pages, and if you want to create a new page, then we can have to just hit the new, and then here you can see means here you can create your own page from the scratch. If you don't want to copy from the whatever either from the home page or a record page, then you can you can just come up here and create any of the setting. Let's now I'm just using the app page. We just have to give the label. Here it will ask for the UI. It asks for the UI. You want to header header and left sidebar, header and left right sidebar, something like that, or header with 3 reason or header with 2 reason. Anything you can just use. Suppose I'm just using one main reason and 2 sidebars. That's it. It's a blank app, nothing here, just it's a blank app. You can add any component over here. See any component. I just add my color custom component here. It will show any custom component. Later on we discuss about that how we use that. Means suppose I want to add Einstein dynamic ports, but add it here. We need to add filter stroke. We need to create its dashboard. Later on, means once we learn about that, whenever we learn about these are things are separate topics. When we learn about that, then thereafter we add. And so here means I just today means this is the way that how we create an app, and we customize an app, customize and activate that app for the particular profile or user. Suppose this is asking for, since it's a custom app, so it's asking for on which app we want to add it, and then it will ask for the in which lighting experience. Yeah, and also add for the mobile. If you want that app to available to any mobile, it will ask for here. And for this way we just create this create an app and add it to my self-service commerce. And
So these are, we are adding the application we create under other apps, mean?
Huh?
This lighting experience, whenever we are adding our app, it will be underneath of this other bigger applications, or what is this? I didn't get, like lighting experience, mobile navigation.
I'm not getting the question. Means exactly mobile navigation means whenever you open in a mobile, that means try to open that Salesforce app in a mobile. You will see that whenever you open in a mobile, that the thing asks that if you are if you want that app to be available in the mobile view or not. That's the thing. Means if I remove it from here, so it will not available in the mobile. And if I add that page, so it will available, and in the mobile it will show something like that. When there is a menu option over there, when you click on the menu option, it will show something like this, and you will, when you tap on this app, employee app page, it will redirect to the app page. And here's the page
I
name,
mean,
page setting.
all these tabs like employee app, chatter, all these things are part of the app that we just create, or they are
No,
other
it's
apps?
out of box. These are the out of box.
Okay.
Whenever we create any whenever just log in into Salesforce, these apps are already get created. We don't have to create anything for them. That's it. These are created. We just create a custom and then hit the save. Okay.
So these out-of-box components are available, but they are not visible because we didn't add in the main page.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just created, this was created by me, means I just created and added only these two components. So it's available here. And if I go to the record page, you can see that there are so many components that are the out of box available. And we have a homepage app. Means these are the lightning pages. In the short, we can say that home is also a lightning page. Account record is also a lightning page in which we are showing all the out of box component and can customize that out of box component. Lightning page or Lightning app, we can say that Lightning app page. These all are the Lightning app page. This Lightning app page is a type of home type Lightning app page. This is the record. This is the record type Lightning app page, and this is a custom Lightning app page. You can see up here. Thereafter, we will just take a 10 minutes break. Let's give it a Lightning app builder. It was created. It's a custom that I created. Homepage, record page, account, because we just save a record page, and it was just created by me recently. It's an app page. So these are the type of a Lightning app. Means this is a type of a Lightning app pages. So we just have a this is a home page, home Lightning app page. This is a record, means app record page, and this is a custom app page. So here that we learn that how we create custom and or record or home app pages. And what we do on we just have to it's a UI thing. We just have to customize. We can customize over there. Okay, let's catch up after 10 minutes. Let's have a small break. Okay, bye.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Mhm. Hello. Yes, everyone, come back. Hello, is everyone here?
Here.
Yes.
Okay, let's okay, we have discussed about Lightning build app page, home page, and record pages. Stay. Okay, that's it. A record type. Record types. Let discuss a situation so that record type will be clear. Suppose suppose we have different types of user. Means, basically, the record types are designed for different means basically record types are designed for the users, means users, different types of for the different types of user. So the suppose we have a situation that we have a teams, we have a sales teams, we have a service teams, we have a management team, we have a different types of teams, and they are working on the same record. Suppose so just like we have a contact. Yeah, we have a contact that we have a contact record, or we have a employee record, or I mean just a record, and we have a different types of teams such as sales team, service teams, or address verification team, or any different any teams, or what is that, support team, customer support team, or any, means these type of teams are available. And when these teams are available and they are working on the same record, so suppose that address verification team, means suppose a team which verifies that this address is correct or no. So he will check that address and verify that this address is correct or no. So for that, he will open that particular contact, and he does not have to matter what the records are fill up here. He just have to check that this record is okay, then it's okay. So for that, I just want to show that only this field is visible to him, and this field is visible to him, and thereafter only these two types of fields are visible to him, and then our rest of fields are not visible to him. Or at that time I just want to remove that these type of fields, and he will only that field when he logins and open that field and just do and check and verify that that address is correct or no. Similarly, suppose we have a situation that we have another team, that use the same contact records, but he does not have to work over that he does not have to work on the department, lead source, number of application, minimum experience. He does not have to work on these type of these records, but he just, whenever it comes in, and he just fill up the names, account name, home phone, another phone, and just hit the save. So whenever we have to differentiate the records on the basis of the user who operate that record, means whenever we have a whenever we have to differentiate the records on the basis of the user who operates the record, or whenever we have to differentiate the type of record, means suppose some example, let's think about that we have a uh, we have a school in which we have a teacher and students are also two types of entities that have same fields are available, means both have the same name, phone number, and email. Only some part of that where one become a teacher and another become a student. It's all based on the some uh, specific, suppose on the based on the designation or based on the field value, we differentiate that that person details will become a student details, and that person detail will become a teacher detail, and we need to save both the details over on the same records. So at that time we design the two different record types. One record type is for that student record type, and one record type for it's for the teacher record type. So what I want to say, that means a record type, it's just a define the type of record which which tells that when a either we have to differentiate two records from two records or two type of records, or whenever different types of teams are working on the records, and we want to differentiate that when sales team will work, then he will choose say he will when sales team will comes in and work on that record, and when he saves the record or make any changes or do anything on the records or create a records, and I want to mark that this team this is created by sales team, and he will do he has a different set of permissions, he has a different set of visibility permission and when the record is created by that team, it should be treated as some different way. So at that time you create a that record type. Or we have a process, uh, or there is another way why we when we use the record type. Suppose we have a process in the same that in terms of that uh, first the sales team work on that record, thereafter the management team will work on that, and on the same record. Whenever thereafter management team will work on that, after that there is a after that who will work management team one will approve that, we have a contact team will work on that the same record, and thereafter the service team will work on the same record. Means when there is a separate teams work on the same record, and when sales team will work and fill up all the details and passes to the management team, and that time he will change the record type. So whenever the record type got changed, record type change. Suppose I completed that thing and I changed the record type. When the record type changed, the at that time the layout, the layout what we are seeing here, it's the layouts or the fields. The fields are available for the sales team. Might be not that fields. Might be some extra field that management team want to see. At that time, we add that management add that fields to that management team, and management team will work on that. Thereafter he will pass that records or change that record to the contact team, so that that contact team will work only see those fields on which they have to work on, and they will work on that. And whenever there is service team will work on that, that contact team will change the record type to the service team, and the service team will work on that, and he will see only those types of records. So what I'm trying to say, that whenever there is a separate team or whenever there is a separate type of record work on the same record, then we have to take a help of a record type. Because why we are doing, because at that time the page layout will not work. Means suppose we can't hide or show a field on the basis of some condition over the page layout. There is a limitation. So you remember that might be you got a might be you ask me that since we have to just remove or add the field, why don't we use just the page layout? But we can't do that the page layout, because the page layout will not work on the basis of some condition. So at that time, since there is a limitation on the page layout, we can't do anything. We can't show a height field on the basis of condition. At that time, suppose if the sales team will work on that page layout, so I need to remove some of the fields, and some of the fields are not visible to that. Some of the field that I don't want to user can see. So at that time, we just change the record type of that. Change the record type and assign that page layout to that. So whenever the record type is changed, the new record type will have that only that fields that are available to them. So it's totally depend on the means. The record type is the thing that it first is define the type of the record. Second, it defines that what's the fields available to that records, what's the pick list value. Suppose I want to differentiate that when the sales team will work. Where is that? There is a pick list. When the sales team will work, he will see only web and phone inquiry pick list values, and none of the other pick list value available to them. So at that time we have also an option that record type. We have an option that it will help us to let us to provide flexibility that which field will which pick list value have to see to that user. So similarly, when there is a different, so what's the conclusion is that whenever there is a two different types of records, whenever there is a two types of or two or more than different types of records, or two or more than types of users are working on the same record, and we have to differentiate that options available to them, at that time we take the help of a record type. Record type is just to define the type of record. Record type also helps to allow to different page assignment to that user. Record type also helps to hide and show fields. Record types are also helps to, if you want some pick list value not available to some user, it will also allow us to do that. So let's take a look how we create a record type. Before creating the record type, one thing is means creation a record type is an easy task, but suppose we make a mistake and we want to delete that record type, that was a very difficult task. So that's why whenever we are going to create a record type, we must have to fix over that yeah, we are going to create a record type, because we create a record type very easily, but when we try to delete that record type or when we try to remove that record type from the org, it's a quite difficult process. So that's a key point, means that's we can say that point to remember, point to ponder before making any changes related to the record type. Record type topic is a very quite sensitive topic in terms of Salesforce, because it defines, means whenever there is a topic related to the data creation, it's a quite sensitive topic in the Salesforce. So it's means UI part is okay, but whenever there is a anything related to the data and any topic related to the data creation, it's a sensitive topic in the Salesforce. So while we and since the rollbacking after creation of a record type, rollbacking the record type, it's quite difficult, means it takes lots of effort to roll back that process. So before getting the record type, just fix on that what we are going to do. So right now, just what I'm going to do, I will create a record type on the contact object. Let's check how we create the record type. Here we just have to go to the edit object. There is no record type available here. Let's create a new record type called manager record type. Record type name, description if you want to add, and if you want to make it active or no. Thereafter, we have a profiles on which we want to make it available, this record type. And then we hit next. Now it's asking for the which page layout should be available for this manager record type. Suppose I'm adding a marketing layout, and here if you want to choose that whenever user select the manager, and if you want to any profile have a different layout should be available, so at that time we can choose it here, but it's okay. Let's choose it right now for the marketing. Here it's okay. Whenever we create a record type, we can see that all the pick list value for available for that. So since in the contact object where we have these three pick lists are available, now let's add it and make which field. Here we can choose which field pick list values are available to that. Suppose I don't want to see purchase list other value, and we have an also option to add a default value. Suppose I add the default to web. So whenever users choose the manager record type, it will the lead source will automatically shows web as a default value, and he will let us to choose only these three options. These two options are unavailable to them, to the user, and hit save. Similarly, we can do it for the label and other things too. Okay, let's create a one more record type so that it will be makes a difference. Manager, what should be the next? I was making it div. Now asking for the in which profile we want to make it available. Currently, manager is a default record type. So whenever user comes in, it will see that the manager is a default. He can choose. We will discuss, means we will check it. Let it make it available. And if you make it default, then this technical lead will be default record type, and manager will be an option. And whenever we are creating a record type, a default record type must be assigned to that profile. And it will ask for the layout. Let's contact layout. We added the contact layout and hit the save. Again, it's asking for just leave it as it is. And now I'm going to create a new contact record. Now I'm going to create a new contact record. Since I select the manager as a default record type, so default it is already chosen, and it asks for the technical lead. So hit the next. Now you can see where is my lead source. Yeah, here you can see only three values are available, and web is just chosen as a default value, and we have chosen this. Let's cancel it and create a new and choose technical lead. When I choose the technical lead, it will show that where is the lead source? Lead source have all the values, and and it was not as the default. So here this thing you can see that means suppose whenever means it's whenever we user choose any default, means whenever users choose any record type related to the manager, and want to control some prefill and want to control over the pick list, that we can also do. Means it's a feature of a record type that you have to remember, that if some kind of situation that you have to think about that. Suppose we have a situation that user wants to say whenever user creates a new record, at that time he wants to some pick list values should be pre-filled, or he does not want to some pick list values whenever user creates a new record. At that time, we just take a help of that record type and create a record type and assign that record to the user. So whenever user creates a new record, he will see only that field only that values that are that we allowed to them to choose. Apart from that, since both are look same, let me make a difference between them so that it will be quite clear. Let's go to the page layout and let's make changes on the page layout. It's for the manager. Manager can see all the things, but technical lead. Here you can, here's a shortcut to change any layout. That, mm,
When we are creating, we choose one of them marketing, one of them regular, but we are able to see both of them.
one of them, yeah, regular. One of them is marketing and one of this regular. Yeah. And we are checking that what's different. So let's it will not affect. Checking, let's check. Let's create a marketing record. It's not fresh. Yeah, now it's showing the number of applications. I just showing everything, showing the number of application. And when I click new and technical lead, we have a different option available. I can see the lead source. Yeah. So in this way, we can differentiate, means on the basis of record type, we can choose that which field while on editing, which field means whenever user create a new record, which field available to which record type, and which field are available to which record type, and what are the default values. These things we can choose and add as a feature to whenever while creating a record. And let me check. And there is one more thing. Where is that? Okay, let's look at the layout. Check. Okay. I added the contact record type so that you can check that which record. And suppose I change that record type to technical record type. So and hit save. The same details are going to UI will means layout has changed since I haven't added the any functionality to change the record type. So that changed. So it's just like passing. You remember I told you that whenever a team has a flow of a flow means sales team will work, then manager, then contact, then service team will work on that the same record. In this way, we can same records means when sales team finishes the work, it will change the record type, and when the record type got changed, the manager team will see the what are the respective fields that he need to either he need to populate or he need to check. After that, he will whenever he has to pass, he will just change the record type, and the contact team will have a look on that, and he will see the field values and work on that. So on the same record type, whenever different types of user have to work on this thing is not possible while working with the page layout. Page layout have also means you can ask that we can I'm just changing on the page layout, then why we have a requirement to change the layout, but it's not a record type will not sorry, page layout will not help on that. Page layout will have to page layout will not help also on the adding a default value on the pick list. Page layout will also not helps to choose the what's the pick list values available to them. So it's a use whenever there we have this kind of such a kind of requirement when user had to pass the record same record to some other another, and we have also differentiate the pick list values or default values. So at that time we use the record type as a feature of the Salesforce and complete our task. And as you can say that since suppose the tech lead I don't want to tech lead will change the record type, so I will remove that field. He will not able to change the record type. But again, if I create any record type with a manager, so manager has an option to change the record type. If I change it from here, it will change it. But when I log in as a when I work as a phone, then it will not available here. So whenever we have a such kind of requirement, we will think about that. We will think about the record type, because record type is a very powerful tool here, and we can differentiate the same record created by some different user. We can differentiate the same record created by the different user. On the same record. Yeah, this is a different chat means when there's a different type of user created work on the same record, and we have to also differentiate what they are creating, what they are looking, and how they are creating, how they are looking. That's at that time we take a help of record type. Okay, then we discuss about that today. We'll discuss about that global pick list, dependent pick list, app pages, record pages, home pages, Lightning app builder, record type. These are things we discussed. Anyone have any issues or questions that they want to ask? Just ask it, or any confusion. Record type is a quite confusion. I think you will ask question about it because it's a quite confusing topic. But once you understand that thing, it's very easy. Am I audible? Yeah.
I think it will be better understood when we do additional homework and
Okay.
complete Trailhead trainings.
When you are working on that, it will get better understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more question apart from that?
Record types are like acting like parent of, like, let's say, account name. If it's a teacher, it's teacher's account name, teacher.account name, kind of. If it's student, it's like student.account name.
No, it's a type of. It's not a relationship. Means it's not parent or child. It's not something like that. It's just a type of record. Whenever we create a, it's just a. You can see that extra field will be created on the means contact record type. It's an extra field. Whenever we create a record type in any object for any object, it will create an extra field on that object called record type, and it will.
Okay.
Suppose I go to here and I don't see any employee record type. You can see that. Let's check. Where? Sorry.